Hello Steve. Hello Jill. It's time to game classy.
With one console game purchase, you have a like a small library of Steam games you could buy for the price of that console game.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I'm finding is like little games. Like I know Humble Bundle had a bunch of all the GW games on sale, and I picked up Dawn of War 2. Finally gonna play Dawn of War.
I have Dawn of War 2. I got during the Steam sale. I got the entirety of everything they released for Dawn of War 2 for $3.
I heard there's like one expansion for Dawn of War 2 that kind of makes it like really shitty.
I never played it. It's just sitting in my computer is full of a ton of Steam games, and it's like I look at them and I'm like, man, I'm not playing any of these games. But then I go, I probably spent a total of $27. I'm okay with that.
You don't care that much. Actually, so I got. I know you're gonna laugh at me because you constantly make fun of me for it. But I did get Assassin's Creed Unity
for the computer.
Yeah, it is unbelievably like. I don't know what I know. I got it later than the launch. So I know a lot of the bugs were worked out. I haven't come across a single bug or glitch. The graphics are all gorgeous. I haven't had. I had one problem where it froze, but I don't know necessarily if that was the game.
Well, remember the debacle with it was the console launch.
Was the launch? Yeah,
that's what it was. The game was unplayable for so many people.
Yeah, I didn't play it on day one. Yeah, I'm playing it on the PC, and I have to say,
and you're not playing it day one.
Yeah,
I think the PC was the same way.
But you know what? I never play games day one. I'm not that type of guy. But what does make me laugh is that. Oh, it's this French game, and je ne sais quoi, blah 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 blah. You're gonna get some blue cheese.
I just avoid Ubisoft games from like.
But the problem
always
is
glitchy. Far Cry 4 is the same way. They released Tetris, and
you
their
let me
Tetris
get
was
my
shitty.
point out is that you have all these guys who are French, and they're speaking with British accents in the game. Like I don't understand it. What?
Hail Britannia.
Exactly. They're like, "Hello there. We are going to attack the palace of Versailles, and then we will go and eat our bully beans."
I mean that sounds about right for Assassin's Creed. That sounds like the quality level I come to expect.
Well, and the funny thing is like it's this. They get the same voice actors. They obviously have to for like game to game because there's always the one woman who sounds like Trudy Weigel from Reno 911. Like her voice almost exactly. And they have a woman. I don't know who this woman is, but she sounds like Marion Cotillard, the woman who played Talia al Ghul in Dark Knight Rises. They like her with her really thick French accent. That's what it sounds like. And she's like, that
sounded like Japanese.
I can't speak French, so I'm like, parlez-vous français?
That was still the best when
Third Republic.
When Tim went over to the France land,
yeah, and got French slapped.
He got French slapped by the French painters, and then I set up the CD. Yeah. So as soon as he walked in the door, just blasting at full volume. Dun 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 dun. He did not enjoy that.
Nah. I was actually playing some butt action last night and doing some D&D's planning with the license and amongst others, including
how furiously were you masturbating?
Oh, we weren't masturbating; we were circle jerking.
Oh, right, fair enough.
There's a difference, sir.
Well, I mean, there's circle jerking by circle jerking one another, and then there's also I believe if you're standing in a circle and you're all jacking yourselves off, that's still a circle jerk.
Yeah, no, this is more of like a baby elephant walk.
Okay.
All right, so should we get into the breaking news?
Oh, it's technically, I don't think it's still officially news.
Breaking rumors.
Breaking rumors.
All right, so
I love it.
I love it. This is hysterical for me on 2 points. One is that people are online now. Oh, I can't wait till Joe and Steve talk about this one. Oh, it's gonna be so good. The GW hate. But here's the thing for you. I'm really interested in seeing what they're doing. And Steve's like, well, you're an idiot if you fucking play fantasy. Why the fuck should we even talk about it? That's the funny thing there.
That's covered.
That's covered.
Let's go to the next thing.
No, of course not. I want to talk about this.
All I know, I'm super stoked about fantasy models being on round bases because that's just going to just shit wreck so many people. I love it. I love it.
I mean, 40K already did it with putting Space Marines on 30 mil bases.
32 mil.
32. I'm sorry, 32 mil. Which is not even the 30 mil bases, which is like the standard size that you could find. They had to say, like, we shall add 2 millimeters.
Well, they have to make proprietary bases because if they have proprietary base sizes, the only place you can get them is Games Workshop.
I was talking with, some of the guys who help out with Adepticon yesterday as well, and we were talking about that. Like, and I can't remember who said it, but it was like, has Games Workshop even put out the 32mm bases sold separately? I go, yes, they put them in a bag with 30 other bases, and there's only 3 32mm bases in that bag for $20.
That's the style.
Yeah.
That's the Games Workshop we know and love.
There'd be 20 bases in there. 3 of them would be the 32mm round bases, and the bag would cost $20.
Yep.
So a $1
There's got to be one that's just completely like gigantic and useless.
Yeah,
because all of the giant figures come with that base.
Well, I mean, so that's
good.
So, okay, so starting from the beginning, 9th edition rumors for Warhammer Fantasy are coming out. The main thing is it's coming out of the End Times, which was let's destroy all of the fluff that everyone knows and loves about fantasy, or that at least people know Steve doesn't necessarily love.
You know what company did that? White Wolf. They did that with their Vampire the
Yes, they
Masquerade
did.
Werewolf.
I was going to make that comparison about how it destroyed their company.
Wrecked their company.
Wrecked their
Completely.
company. Not that this is going to wreck their company because
It's just going to wreck Warhammer.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did it with 40K.
Wait. It's going to wreck Warhammer more.
Right, yes. If they did it with 40K, it would destroy their company.
Yeah, it would. It would honestly destroy their company.
But they're not doing it with 40K. They're doing it with a game that people already don't play.
Yeah. So basically, End Times, they just released the latest End Times book. It's with Gracier Thankwell. Basically, they're just destroying the fluff. It's like everything is
Space Marogers.
Yeah.
Rat Ogres.
Well, yeah, they got Space Marogers.
It's me, Marnius Coolgar. I'm in fantasy now.
Marnius Thankwell. That's a joke that people shouldn't laugh at.
Marnius Thankwell?
Yeah, because Gracier Thankwell. The fantasy world's getting blown up, and apparently in the latest book, the lizard men, like Lustria,
They go to space.
They get blown up, and they're just like, fuck this shit, and they like turn into a bubble and float away.
Yeah, they go to space.
They go into space. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But apparently that leads to the fluff that in 9th edition, all of the races live in bubbles, in the warp, essentially. Like these pokey bubbles, where it's like, you know...
Except for the lizard men. They're gone.
Well, no, but they're part of the bubble in space.
They're a canceled list, as of the rumor I saw.
Yeah, well, so is Tomb Kings.
Yes.
And so is Bretonnians. However, they're probably going to get folded into another list, from what I hear. That's the overall rumor. So going from there for a little further, the bubbles are floating in space so that they bump into each other occasionally, thus causing... So that way, Steve, you don't have to justify your battles. Like, you don't have to come up with a reason of why the Tomb Kings are fighting the dwarves. Because we all know that was so important when playing the game.
Do you know why the Tomb Kings are fighting the dwarves? Because we're playing, and I brought Tomb Kings,
and I brought dwarves. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's why they're fighting.
Yeah, so that way...
So fucking stupid. It's like they're intentionally trying to get people to try Kings of War. They're like, we're gonna make this game as shitty as possible, so you can try this comparable game.
Well, that's the main difference, and I like how you said it's as shitty as possible. I don't necessarily know if it's shitty as possible, because it's basically what they're doing is just revamping the entire play style. It's going to be...
Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be total garbage.
I don't think so.
It's going to be degenerate combos.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, is that it's going to probably end up being more like War Machine Warhammer Hordes than anything else.
But the degenerate combos in 40K, the one that list that won the Vegas tournament going undefeated for 10 rounds,
yeah,
because of his like Dark Eldar combo,
yeah,
that kind of shit is not the same as the War Machine and Hordes combos. The War Machine and Hordes combos are bullshit in their own way, but they're not bullshit in the same way. Like in War Machine and Hordes, I can look at your list and I go, that combo's horseshit, but I see it coming and I know what it can do. The thing that's bad about War Machine is if you don't know the combo. Like
yeah, we talked about that last episode. Yeah,
the gotcha factor in 40K and now soon to be fantasy. The gotcha factor that is not there. It's just that this unit is just bullshit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I'm gonna roll my dice, you can't stop me.
Well, that's part of the problem with it. Is I think honestly, like in my own,
you can't make counter moves.
In my own prediction for this is that Games Workshop saw that fantasy's dead. No one's playing fantasy anymore.
It's fucking dead.
Because 8th edition got too big and it got too ridiculous. So what did they want to do? They wanted to strip it down so you basically could play 2 units in an HQ. Almost like the way War Machines Hordes should be played.
Yes.
Like very small.
I still stand by the 35 points. I think that's right.
Yeah, I mean, 35 is it's not too much.
50 is the standard that everyone wants.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
50
that's a
is
terrible
the
idea.
idea, yeah.
35.
35 is great. Yeah, but that's what they see with fantasy. Okay, so why move it to round bases? And the rumor is that the figures are going to be like limited edition figures.
Yeah.
Like injection, they're going to do an injection mold of like 2 units and a dude that are going to be on the store shelf on a limited edition run, which is fucking genius.
Like, oh, sorry, you didn't pick up your Iron Breakers. They're $400 on eBay now.
I know.
It's fucking bullshit.
Well, and this is the thing, is that
That's okay. You just buy the Avatars of War figures because they're way better.
Oh yeah, hands down. But that's another thing is that I feel like this is basically breaking it down so that you have these grognard fantasy players who are like, well, what I gotta do with my 1,000-man Skaven slave unit? Well, fuck you. We don't want you playing our game anyway because you don't buy models.
They're selling their models and they're going to go play butt action.
Yeah, it's true. I have to put up with them in my tournaments.
I mean, you are one of them.
No, I still keep all my fantasy figures. I'm different.
You're slightly different. You're a grogna, not a grognard.
That's our word, sir.
Grogna. Partially. Almost
Partially,
there.
yeah.
Maybe one day you'll be able to add the last bit.
I enjoy gaming way too much to be a grognard.
I don't know about that.
Because I win.
I don't know about that. So I'd say you're a grogna.
I could make fun of Tim because I know he doesn't listen to the podcast, but we played last night and we played just a game. It was 2-on-2. I was on the side of Delanois, and Tim was. It was getting towards the last time, and Tim was like, "Oh, this game's really close," and I'm like, "It's not as close as you think, sir." And then it was like, "Okay, so we got how many victory points? Okay, we got 10. How many do you guys have? 32." And he's like, "Oh."
How many flame tanks did you use?
None, because they are banned by the Geneva Convention. Aside from that, so
Bogus.
so in 2 ways. One, they're making all of these grognards armies just useless. Like, you can't use them, so fuck you. So all these grognards are going, "Ow," but it's good because GW does not want them playing the game. They give the game a bad name.
I don't think GW wants anyone playing the game, to be honest.
They're trying to get new people into it, which I think is actually a smart move, and that's why I support their thing here. That's not necessary. That's not saying 2 things. One, I do not necessarily support the figures because they could look like poo, and 2, I do not necessarily support the rules because the rules could be poo. I'm just saying I like the idea of just doing something completely different.
I think their biggest issue is the fact that they've likely lost almost every potential new customer to a different miniatures game. One of them, be it Infinity, War Machine,
Or 40K.
Relic Knights. Yeah, 40K. They lose it to their own. That's reasonable. Relic Knights, 40K, Malefax. Although it seems Malefax is pretty dead.
Is it?
I mean, I used to see.
I know.
I used to see lots of people talking about Malefax, and then the second edition came out, and I don't see anyone talking about it anymore. So either the edition is super good, and people just don't talk about it.
I really like that terrain
or
that
it's
came
awful.
out for it.
The Terraclips?
Yeah. No, not the Terraclips. The hard plastic stuff that they came out with.
I haven't seen that.
It's very stylized, but I kind of like it. Like it would be pretty.
You
cool
like that Tim Burton aesthetic?
Yeah, Danny, up and Danny, up and Danny, up and Danny, up and Danny, up and. Hello, Wait, no, that's not Danny Elfman.
Sure, it is.
Ladies and
John
gentlemen,
Williams is Danny Elfman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Williams. Oh no, someone killed John Williams. Oh no, now we're stuck with Danny Elfman.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo is fantastic.
I have that album on vinyl. I also have a digital copy as well. Yeah, so I'm actually really excited. I want to see more of what they're going to do with this. Of course, the Delanois was so angry. He's like, I want my all-dwarf army.
The thing that I'm excited about...
And I said, well, you don't have to... It's not like you paint your figures or anything. It's just you're just taking them off one base and putting them onto another base.
The thing I'm excited about is supping from the tiers.
The tiers?
Yes, just...
Of like, what, 2 people who still play the old school fantasy?
Yeah, I mean, there's still tiers there.
And
It's
actually,
not a lot.
I found it funny that we were saying this because just Thursday when I was at the game store playing, I saw 2 guys playing fantasy. And I was like, wow, this is like seeing a unicorn.
Were they actually playing fantasy? Did you confirm it was fantasy?
Yeah, they were playing 8th edition fantasy.
Okay, they weren't playing like Hordes of the Things or anything?
No. You can tell Hordes of the Things because they're in an inexplicably large square bases.
They're really weird looking.
Yeah, I like that game. That game's good.
Yeah, I heard it's fun.
It's real simple. It's like one of those, you know how you talk about the games where you could just like play on a small like kitchen table. It's a kitchen table mini game. Yeah, like Drop Zone Commander.
Yeah, man, Drop Zone Commander, fucking game. Like, that's the most enticing game that I know would be just like the worst possible choice for me to buy.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's because I'd be like, this game looks so fucking good. I'm gonna try it, and like even if I got all my shit done, it would be the one game where I'm like, I'm the first person with the fully painted army, and no one would even have an unpainted army. I'm just like, fuck! I have this army, I've painted it. I'm actually the first one done with something, and no one's like, everyone's just like, nah. It's so enticing. Like, that starter box is so sick.
It is. It's really cool, and they're a pretty good company. I know they teamed up with Soda Pop Minis.
Really?
I think for distribution.
Ninja Division?
Not Ninja. Well, Ninja Division's part of Soda Pop. Yeah. So, or Soda Pop's part of Ninja. It's one of those two. It's like a square's a rectangle, and a rectangle's not a square. That sort of thing. But I know they're all kind of teamed up together. Like those guys, the guys who did Eldorado and
Eldorado.
Why do you look like Warhammer Fantasy?
Kind of looks like Diablo, actually.
Well, yeah.
It's Diablo.
Ah, El Diablo.
They need the cow level.
The cow level.
Moo cows.
Yeah, so I'm excited about the new edition of Fantasy just to see where they're going with it. Because I just love it because I'm just like, holy fuck, they're nuking it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure
it's going to be a disaster.
To kill everything that was shitty about 8th edition.
I think the idea is that it's probably just going to get specialist games.
It could very well, but that would mean that it's just gone.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like they had some specialist games on life support before they were gone. And that's what this is. This is every time they release a limited edition figure kit, that's that noise. It's just boop. There's some dwarves. Boop. There's the Ironbreakers. Boop. Some cavalry. Boop. Lizard men. Oh wait, no. Boop.
Yeah, I mean, so I think, and I'm glad that they're doing this because I could have. For fantasy to save, I would have had to go one of two ways. One, for me, would have to go reverse in the opposite direction, like go backwards to like 6th edition, where it's very historical with magic and monsters thrown in. Or you'd have to go and basically nuke it from orbit, which is what they did. And I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm gonna sit in this basket and I'm gonna go to see how I go down to hell. I'm okay with this. I'm interested. I mean, at least interested enough to see it. So. I'm not interested enough to pay $120 for a rule book, but I'm interested enough to see it.
$120? Did you get that on special?
Yeah, exactly. I also think it's funny that they are one of the races that they're putting in is a space marine for fantasy. Like, fucking fuck, you fucking fuck.
Space Marines.
No, now they're like
Marneus Coolgar.
Knights Templar. Or,
dude, you need Marneus Coolgar in fantasy.
It's true. I hope he has like hell blasters on his gauntlets instead of like the fucking chain guns or whatever he has.
I hope he's got the armor where it's mostly just like armor and leg armor, and he's in that Speedo and his crotch is hanging out.
Ooh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he's like a boob window. He's got a dick window.
Ooh, dick window.
Yeah.
But it's just you just see the top of the dick.
Yeah.
You don't see the full thing.
No. It's just a window.
Or
and he comes with a tiny little bit of static grass for the pubes.
Or it covers most of it, but you get some undersack.
Nice.
So you just see like two little orbs underneath.
Yes.
Just like
now that's the Marneus Coolgar you know and love.
Just two little under orbs. Yeah. Yes.
I always wanted to do that as a Golden Demon entry, just conversion, a rhino, and like have like a Marine like taking a shit, reading a magazine, and on the side of the bathroom there'd be a poster of a little shrunk picture of Marneus and like a Speedo licking a chainsword, and it says like Marneus is on your side.
I think that's a little too complex for you to enter into Golden Demon.
They wouldn't have let me do it.
They wouldn't have let you.
They would have been like, no.
Tim wouldn't have let you do it.
That's true.
And actually, Tim would have let you do it.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
Yeah.
Tim would have liked that.
Yeah. Tim would have liked that now that he's dead. Oh, wait. So, actually, speaking of specialist games, did you see they're doing a Battlefleet Gothic video game? What do you... Necrons come in and destroy the entire game. No, but they're... it looks kind of cool. It's just it's not real time. It's a turn-based strategy game in space. Who fuck? It's one of those games. And we were talking about this before the podcast started. I really like those like small GW games that they've done. I liked what's it, Warhammer Quest,
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl. I haven't played Blood Bowl. I own it, but I haven't played it yet. And Space Hulk. I really like the Space Hulk. I thought it was
The original
fun.
Space Hulk?
No, the new one that they just put out.
Okay.
I'm only playing on stuff that they got currently on Steam.
The only workshop game I really, really liked was Dawn of War 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like the old
like the SSI ones, like the
like
Eldar.
Shadow of the Horned Rat in the Epic game.
Those are the real old ones. Like there was the one that was the it was called like the Eldar Assault or something, but it was based on Panzer General.
Yeah.
Panzer General, but you used Eldar instead.
Those were just fun. They're mind wasters.
The hex based strategy. And then the old Epic game was pretty great. The old Epic video game did bring into the world Commissar Holt. So that's kind of the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Commissar Holt is amazing.
Yes.
Still the best character in all of 40K fiction.
I do not remember any of this.
Okay, they had FMV scenes in between stages. And I'll post them on the Game Classy Facebook page.
I'll have to, because I probably haven't played them since like 98.
Yeah, I'll post all the
97.
FMV stuff. That was my favorite stuff about the old workshop games is they used to do the full motion video like for in between stages, and that led to some pretty great stuff. Like Space Marines who are barely taller than a commissar.
Well, they didn't know. Scale's a relative thing in the space.
Well, actually, I think at that time the Space Marine. I don't know if it was already 3rd edition.
Well, shit, 3rd edition Catachan Jungle Fighters had bigger muscles than Space Marines.
That's true. They were just more jacked.
They were just,
hey, they're all Stallone. Every one of them is just Stallone. Like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, no, trying to get out of the jungle.
Hey, Private Smith, why don't you go out there and attack that predator? I don't know. Why don't you
suck my dick?
Well, we're going to go trading in the mountains and go chop some wood and go run up a mountain.
And then they all die in a Freak 69 accident.
Oh, God. I broke my dick.
They're just gargling each other's nuts. And then they're dead.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Is that your new transition?
Yeah.
For the Reading Rainbow?
Yeah.
Nice. But also, speaking of Warhammer video games... Warhammer Total Warhammer is coming out.
The Warhammer? Total Warhammer, Total War?
Yeah.
Total Forge Battlefield Edition?
I don't know what... I don't... is that's based off the Rome Total War, right?
I wonder if they're going to have Lizardmen in it.
But it's based off the Rome Total War, right?
I think so.
Okay. I didn't really look too deep into it because I never was really into that Rome Total War. I played it a couple times and I'm like, man, okay, I get it. It's no Sid Meier's Civilization, but I get it. Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm getting something.
You're getting something?
Yeah. Well, Pat tweeted at me, so that distracted me for a second.
Oh, that fucking Pat.
And then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got another thing. I'm going back to the original thing that I was.
What's the original thing that you're talking about?
Let's see here. That's not right. Fuck. I fucked it up. God damn it.
Uh-huh.
Apparently that happened once Matt Groening got strip searched at a airport.
Yeah, some kid went,
and Matt Groening, when he recalled the experience, he said that the kids' mocking laughter was the worst part of the whole thing. No, that's great.
Why are you laughing at me?
This is the largest auto I could afford.
Oh, by the way, other thing with the fantasy, I know we kind of mentioned about combining of the armies. I think that they're going down to 6 total armies.
6. Yep, yeah. That is correct. 6 and no Lizardmen. Lizardmen are confirmed, just gone. If these lists if
the rumors are
true. The rumors are true.
Well, I know for a fact armies that they're nuking for sure. I know dwarves and ogres are getting combined with humans.
Yes.
Or the Empire.
The Empire.
Not Nazis.
They're not Nazis.
They're not Nazis.
The Eagles only have one head.
The Eagles. What about the Eagles in Warhammer 40K?
It's one head split in half. It's not 2 heads.
Oh, okay. Good. So it's not the 2-headed eagle.
No. That would never be a thing.
They're doing an undead one, so Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts are getting combined like it used to be back in the day. What are you doing?
Oh, it's super low. The volume's not there.
Are you literally, you spent all that time just to get the Reading Rainbow thing?
Yay! Now I'm going to have it.
We still have to get a soundboard made for this.
Yeah, it's true. Now we need the slide whistle. Weenie on the butt. Weenie on the butt. Good.
What I'm saying is the law firm.
8 years of oppression.
Yeah. So they're doing a Chaos Army that I think is going to combine Skaven, Chaos.
No, Skaven's its own thing. If the rumor mill is to believe, Lizardmen are gone, and Skaven mostly remain unchanged.
Skaven remain unchanged. Skaven are a fun army to play.
Yeah, they're OP.
They, I know the Greenskins are going to be pretty much their own thing. They might be added to Chaos for all I know. Probably not.
Chaos is supposed to be Human's. Chaos is going back to what Chaos was.
Yeah, what Beastmen and everything combined together.
Yep.
I know probably
elves are going to be all together in one list. It's just elves.
Dark elves,
high elves, and wood elves. Same list.
Yeah.
They're just elves.
Whatever.
I can hear the gnashing of the elves' teeth now. It's like, keep believing this bullshit. I'm like, you can always just play Kings of War. They have 3 separate elf armies. Just saying.
I thought they only had 2.
They have 3. Oh. They have the dark elves. They have the high elves, and they have a nature
elves.
elf thing.
Nature elves.
Yeah, they're clearly
We're
wood
naked.
Elves. They have
look upon our elf dongs.
Dryads and shit.
Look at them.
Why do your elves sound like gnomes?
I don't know. Because we're kind of like gnomes. We're nature elves.
I guess if you're talking like
look
tiny
upon
gnomes.
my dong. From my jism springs all of nature.
I wish I knew the David the Gnome theme song because I would have started singing it.
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome.
We're friends amongst the gnomes
and his fox.
And the health
Swift.
And the healthlings.
And then they die in the end.
Yes.
They all die in David the Gnome.
We're all part of nature. Would you like some of my feces? It tastes of gingerbread. Steve's just shaking his head.
Your sauce is weak.
My sauce is weak.
Your sauce is weak. It's like Worcestershire sauce. Instead of hot sauce, you're bringing me Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
However the fuck you say it.
I kind of want to read these end time books just because, or like go online.
Because you want to waste $70.
I want to find people's reactions to them, like when they found out Teclis is still alive underneath Middenheim, just to see people going, "Holy shit, Teclis is still alive!" I would love to see.
I don't think anyone is doing that ever.
I know, but I would love to see like
Ever.
YouTube video reactions of people watching that. Like, you know how they do reaction videos of people watching the new Star Wars trailer or the trailer for Twilight, and people are like. Like that sort of thing. Like, for Star Wars especially, when people are like, a black stormtrooper? What? Yeah. Trust me. America's racist.
I mean, that I believe, but I actually am kind of surprised that people were like surprised about a black stormtrooper, considering they've shown the races of the stormtroopers 0 fucking times.
Well, no, they're all Tamora Morrison.
Yes, they all are Tamora Morrison somehow, even though Han Solo's background, he was a stormtrooper, whatever.
I thought he was a pilot.
They're all fucking stormtroopers.
They all start off as stormtroopers?
They all start off as stormtroopers.
Is it like your low-level entry position?
Yeah.
Like, even the guy in the mail runs like, DK 486, have you found the mail slot for Mr. D. Vader?
Yeah, they have to eliminate the prequels from the canon to to move forward.
They have to nuke them from orbit and give all the stormtroopers round bases.
And give the stormtroopers round. No, they would have to give the stormtroopers square bases because they're already on round bases. Well, they're a sci-fi skirmish game already.
Can't hit shit. Always got to roll 6s and 6s to hit.
Actually, the best was the old Star Wars Wizards of the Coast card game, the one they did. It wasn't as good as the Decipher one, but they had some pretty great and I don't know if Easter eggs is the right term, but like stormtroopers, they had a mechanic. They used dice rolling to like hit things in combat, and stormtroopers got a huge penalty if they hit any named character. If they shot at like Luke Skywalker or Leia, they like would never hit, but they could hit like Rebel Trooper number 3.
Well, of course.
I thought that was pretty funny. That's because they were really good. Like stormtroopers were much better than the Rebel Troopers in terms of accuracy and like damage, unless they were shooting at a named character. Then they were dog shit. So they were just funny mostly.
They were just funny.
Yeah.
Oh God, life as we know it. Stormtroopers. Fuck stormtroopers.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so let's get away from fantasy. We spent a lot of time on it.
That's great. I'm really happy we can finally be away from this.
I'm not. I think it's fun. It's getting back to our roots, man.
Awful.
Our first podcast, we talked about like the vampire cats.
I know we did.
Yeah.
Awful.
It's awful.
It's awful. If I'm going to be part of this revisionist history, I'm going to eliminate that as well. I'm going to eliminate every kind word I've ever said about Games Workshop.
Oh yeah. We talked about the Conan Kickstarter last week by Monolith Games.
Conan, the greatest warrior ever. Conan, the adventurer.
Conan, warrior without fear. He can punch a guy in the face and kick a chick in the dick. It's Conan.
He's the greatest warrior ever.
So yeah, we talked about
Conan.
We talked about it last week. It's huge right now. Like, for some odd reason, it's almost $700,000.
Yeah, it apparently made $125,000 in 10 minutes.
Yeah, with 24 days to go, it doesn't even look that good of a game.
The figures are apparently what's selling
The figures are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. And people love Conan.
They do love Conan. Who doesn't?
I don't know. Conan's awesome.
The muscle mass on Conan alone makes the game worthwhile.
It's true. Conan's just sweet. Like, he's just an awesome character. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Robert E. Howard, you know?
Robert E. Howard, you know? Robert Jordan also wrote some of them.
Good friends with the Lovecraft.
He was. They corresponded, if you will. But it's expensive as shit. I was looking into it. It's like it's $125.
You know, in the second Conan movie, they fight Dagon? Did you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Badass.
Sorry, it's $135 for the pledge. There's 2 pledge levels.
Oh, do they have a Grace Jones mini? I'm fucking in. I want it.
I do not see one, but they
It's
do have
fucking bullshit.
They do have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I need Grace Jones.
What about Grace Slick? Can you deal with Grace Slick?
No, I need Grace Jones.
Okay.
I need Grace Jones and I need Mako.
Mako.
Yeah.
Oh, was he the little thief?
He was the Asian guy.
Yeah, the thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he makes fun of
Welcome to a land of high adventure.
Conan. My God lives over your God.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Mako.
That's okay.
He's also the voice of Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Until he passed away, and then Iroh was voiced by, I think, Alec Baldwin, doing a serviceable Mako impression.
Yeah, I'm not the guy for Avatar.
It's good.
I know.
Did you actually watch it? Because it's pretty good.
I've seen a couple episodes and it's fine. My biggest problem is just the Avatar fans more than the show itself. I can't handle it. It's too much for me. I can't handle the fandom. That's
like anything at this point.
I know, but it's like I guess
literally anything. That's what it is.
It's
the
like
fandom has gotten to the point where everyone is so ridiculous about anything.
It's not
like Sherlock. Yeah. The fucking fan base for Sherlock is insane.
There's only 9 episodes and people are going fucking
the fan base for everything is like that at this point. Firefly, Doctor Pooh,
but that's how I feel with Avatar. It's
Twatlight, all of them.
That's done. People don't care about that.
Not yet. It's not over yet.
Like your feelings on Doctor Who are kind of how I feel about Avatar, where it's just like I don't even want to give this a chance right now.
I actually thought Doctor Who was the worst, but Doctor Who is rapidly being eclipsed. Well, no, slowly being eclipsed by the Firefly fan base. That's what's slowly passing up the Doctor Who for me.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so the Monolith stuff. I watched. They had like some rule stuff up. It's okay looking. It's not that great of a game, but the figures do look fucking insane. Like the Conan the Mercenary figure looks fucking badass.
Yeah, everyone's like, we're buying this for the figures, and like it's kind of like unabashedly that. Like, this is what you're buying it for.
I mean,
because if you want to play a decent Conan board game, the Age of Conan game's fine.
Yeah, that's the one that was just they did that one on Kickstarter, right?
No, that was Fantasy Flight.
That's the Fantasy Flight.
You can still buy it right now, and I talked about that before when we heard they were launching a Conan Kickstarter. I'm like, there's already a Conan game. It's kind of weird.
Oh, he has his friend Olgerd Vladislav. I wonder what nationality he's supposed to be. Ooh, stretch goal at $450,000. When they reach $450,000, you'll get 3 free tables plus 10 stools.
Ooh, tables and stools, nice.
5 mummies.
Who needs 5 mummies? You should need 1 mummy.
Ooh, 5 tentacles.
I mean, that's reasonable because you need the monster with all the tentacles. So.
Oh, God. Actually, these fucking minis are fucking pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, they're cool.
A swamp demon.
Ooh.
Yeah. Balpetor. I'm just reading off this shit. Ooh, a saber-toothed tiger. I'm already...
Where's Grace Jones?
I'm buying into this, man. I don't know. I may buy it. There's a lot. So you get 4 heroes, 6 allies, 5 monsters, 5 hyenas, 4 leaders, 5 archers, 15 guards, 15 pirates, 15 picked hunters, plus all of the stretch goal crap, which includes 5 picks with bow, 5 skeletons, a palatinides, I don't know what that is, more pirates, more guards, man-ape, mummies,
Skelebones.
picked warriors, 5 skelebones, 5 mummies, 5 tentacles, a bunch of characters. This is fucking ridiculous. More mummies.
But
God.
what about the Grace Jones situation?
But see, this is the problem with Kickstarters like this, is that they're giving you all this stuff, the more things that they go, it's going to take fucking forever to come out.
Probably.
I know.
Maybe.
And speaking of which, I brought some of my stuff from Wrath of Kings. Actually, it's actually really cool. The majority of the stuff. The rulebook is pretty interesting, pretty cool looking. I don't know if you want to take a perusal at that.
It's getting a little warped there.
That's how it came.
High quality, cool mini or not product. I choose or not.
Yeah, it's definitely not the good old double stitching that you get from a Games Workshop codex, but
Games Workshop Codex.
The codices we've released are the highest quality.
got into an argument last night about
This looks like a Rackham book.
it is almost identical. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
It plays very, very much like
Confrontation.
Confrontation. It plays like Confrontation
That's bad.
with plays like Confrontation, but with a mix of War Machine into it.
Luckily, there's the Wolfen.
Yeah.
Like they're just the Confrontation faction.
I mean, this entire book reeks of the French. That garlicky, pubic hairy kind of Frenchy smell to it, which is not bad.
Actually, this book just kind of smells like whiskey Irish.
Like whiskey. I'm sorry, I was crying over it while drinking my Jack Daniels.
Oh, there's potatoes. Oh, we got these potatoes. This is a potato man. Look at him. Look at him. His head looks like a potato. His hand looks like a potato. There's so many goddamn potatoes on him.
Potato man.
Tartar.
I'm the potato man.
Oh, you're late. Get in there.
Gotta go get you two their potatoes.
Oh, you too. You know, there was someone wrote I didn't read it, but the headline was great. They wrote a little article about like how U2 engineered themselves to be the next Nickelback. Like that's what happened to U2. Look at this photograph.
I'll still stand by U2's earlier work. It's fun. It's good.
No.
Anything after war, even war, anything war and after, I'm not a big fan.
I
of.
sort of would agree with you, except the one time I was talking about U2 with people, I was going off songs. I was like, well, this song's pretty good, and they're like, that's not a U2 song. That's REM. And I'm like, oh, well, this song's pretty good. They're like, that's not a U song. That's a Stone Temple Pilots. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't like any U2 songs because I'm like that. I was like, that's me in the corner. That song's pretty good. And they're like, that's not U2. I'm like, oh, I see. Well, what about the no? Yeah. They're like, nope, that's Pearl Jam. I'm like, I see. I don't know anything about music
You didn't know. You obviously do not.
because all I listen to is shit that is not on the radio.
You know that U2 song? What's your frequency, Kenneth? Oh,
no, I don't.
yeah. I mean, U2 is U2. Whatever. I'm not gonna pick
More
on.
like you poo.
The only people I don't like that are U2 fans are the people who only like U2 because they show some sort of Irish history in their blood. So they're like, we have to like U2.
I just don't like U2.
It's like me liking a Polish band just because they're Polish. Like, who cares?
I'm sure you have one.
I don't know any Polish bands. I do know that one that was on Eurovision with all like the big booby girls. I think he was like Slovenian. That guy.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
for
was
sure.
Polish.
Epic Sax guy. I think was from the former Yugoslavian area.
Yugoslavia. There you go. That's what we're talking about.
That's what Steve was looking for.
And this one too.
Steve was looking for the
House Nacier.
the chicks that are naked with the big thighs. That's the one Steve was looking for.
Yes, a House Nacier. This is what I would play if I was going to play this game.
Yeah, that's the box that I brought for you because
Yes.
I wanted
This
to.
is the I'm all in on this faction.
Okay, so this is everything that you get in this box set right now.
Is that a starter box? Now,
Yeah.
is this Is this the legit starter box, or is this like a pumped Kickstarter?
No. This
version?
this is the starter box. The
So if I go to a store and buy it, this is what I get.
yeah, all the other stuff, the bonus stuff came in a separate box. That was
Okay.
like House Nacier bonus crap.
Cool.
Yeah. My biggest issue right now with this rulebook is
These are rustic.
they are rustic
Okay.
or rastic, if you would like to say it in a more southern way.
Well, I like thus far. I really like that they're not a lot of pieces.
Yeah, they're only like 2 or 3 pieces each. Here, this is the
Hot damn, dude! Look at them! Look at them thighs!
Look at
and
these-
that ass.
check out these cards. Okay, tell me what you think about the cards. Not just like their quality and material.
They seem okay.
Yeah,
They're pretty high gloss, but like you're gonna put them in a sleeve. So
yeah, they're not they're interesting. They're thin though. That's what I felt. Like they feel thin.
they're like
They
they're
feel
like magic card thickness.
well. I mean, I'm not saying the thickness. I'm just saying the feel of it. It feels a little flimsy.
Oh, that might be just because whatever they're using to like gloss it.
Yeah.
it gives you a weird feel.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. One of my bigger issues is if you look on
So is this has 10 wounds? Is that the deal?
that's my. But look at the front, and you see all those crazy ass symbols. What the fuck do they mean, Steve?
Movement, attack, damage, and health are the ones on the 4. Like that's pretty easy. So this is 6 movement. This is 5 damage or attack, 1 defense with the shield, and 1 health with the heart or the little blood drop. However, this counting down
That's what I was like,
10 to 1 on the right, I have no idea. There's a skull. There's like lightning bolts, arrows, a couple X's, and then like a really weird like butt
Like
crack.
a star.
I think it's an ass.
It's an anus, is what it is.
Yeah, well, I think it's butt cheeks pushed together.
You think it's butt cheek? Let me see yours, because mine looks like
Mine's on the 1.
Mine's an anus.
Oh, yours is an anus. Yeah, my
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah.
different than yours.
Oh yeah. Those do look like two smushed butt cheeks, so to speak, on there. But yeah, that's this is. But I mean, this probably would retail for about $40 in a local gaming store. Probably get it online on eBay for about $35 to
Okay.
something or other, like around there. It's not bad. I really think that the figures are well designed.
I'm really agreeing with you because they're in very, very few pieces.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Well, the figures are well designed. They're in that rastic kind of figure. The blades are a little not very sword looking. They look kind of more like dildo-y sticks. I mean, you could definitely see that they are swords, but they also kind of look like the Whacking Day sticks from The Simpsons. But aside from that, I think the game is very well put together. The Kickstarter was actually, I got everything in one big box, all one wave. From what I'm seeing from everyone else got all their stuff in
One wave?
one wave. I didn't go like really deep with a lot of the
Telling you, man,
add-ons.
these girls with the boom.
These girls with the boom, with the boom. I didn't go all in with all of the waves, with all the
This
add-ons.
is a pigman.
Yeah, no, that's not a pigman.
Yeah, he's this is the pigman that I was referring to. Not this one, not big titty lady.
Because
damn it, not that guy.
there are actual pigmen in the game.
He's that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I was referring to because he appears to be a pigman wearing a mask.
Yeah, there's actual like real pigmen in the game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're in the hold on, let me.
I'm all in on this faction.
You're all in on this faction. Well, I'll tell you what, because I'm planning on getting rid of some of the stuff that I don't want for it.
What is this thing? I can't figure out what this thing is.
It's just like a dude.
It's big.
I like the more unique stuff, like the Asian guys. I'm not. Who cares? Like whatever.
They're Asian guys.
They're Asian guys. There's nothing like. Oh yeah, you get some like really cool. I don't know, some oni in there. That's fine, whatever. But yeah, here's the pigmen.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, they're actual pigmen.
legit pigmen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, these are nice. I love that they're in such few pieces. That's great. What are the bases? Let me see the base action. They are a weird War Machine, not War Machine base.
Yeah, they got a lip on them, an insert lip.
But they're like really like recessed.
Yeah, they're it's deep. They sold inserts with them for the Kickstarter. I didn't buy them. I didn't buy into that because I'm like,
Right.
inserts.
Insert.
You know what I say? People who can't make their own bases.
Insert.
You know what I call them? You know what I call people who can't create their own fancy bases?
Yeah.
Dan Delanois. That's what I call them.
Ah, I see.
Ah.
I mean, it's not that hard. Bases are one of the most, in my opinion, most fun I ever have in the hobby is when I get to do a cool base.
Yeah. Well,
That's my favorite thing. Just like,
my-
yes, I'm putting this rock here, putting this tree here. This guy looks fucking badass.
Now let me say this to Pat. I just wanted to say bases are the one thing in painting a model that can turn a model from crap into a model that's semi-decent if you do a decent base on there. It's
true.
It's the weirdest thing in the world, but when you got, the guy who brings in the meat crab looking model, if he puts on a decent base on there, you're like, that's tabletop.
Yeah, the meat crab level goes away. It's weird. It's like a really amazing thing.
It's one of those things you learn working at the GWs, at the G-dubs.
The difference between a painted and unpainted base is straight up palpable. I'll give you $20 for this.
I'll give you $20
$20
for it. No, but I'll tell you what. If I do put, because I think I'll keep two factions. Right now, it's this guy. I like these guys, and I think I'm either going to keep the fishmen or the vampire guys.
I saw the fishermen. They're pretty great. They have like the Nautilus dude with the spear.
Yeah, the only thing that's what I was saying is like what I like about this game. I like about the non-traditional fantasy tropes that they do with it, because like. Okay, the guys with the pigmen, they're fine. They're decent-looking pigmen, but they're mostly just humans. Like, I don't fucking care. There's a guy with an octopus on his head. That's kind of neat. Great. But I don't care
like
that much.
Like the old pirate goblins?
Yeah. And then there's another guy who has... And there's another faction, the Asian faction. I'm just like, I don't fucking want an Asian faction. I have so many samurai models at home. If I want to paint some samurai...
You got Clan War.
Yeah, I got Clan War. Got the Clan War.
You're all in on Clan War already.
Yeah, I don't need these. I mean, they're nice looking. They're fine. I like that this is, and I also like that the game is a little steampunky without actually falling into any traditional.
Yeah, my opinion on that game has not changed. That faction you have, the one you brought, is like the figures. I was like, these are great, and then everything else, I was like, that's stupid.
And that's what I. Okay, so some of the things I really, some of the things I really like about this game is that there's a lot of females in it, which is fine. It's not just like a dude, muscle mass kind of game. It's not steampunky. But there's some weirder steampunky elements to it that's not like Malifaux, where it's like Danny Elfman,
Joe.
What?
Why in the world would you ever think that would work? You look like an idiot.
So what do you say? Some straight up Lemony Snicket in this shit?
Straight up Lemony Snicket bullshit.
He opens up the door. There's a hamster in there.
It's a mouse.
Oh, it's a mouse. Yeah.
Come along, Ratatouille. Who? What? He fucking opens the door. God damn!
I'm glad you got such a kick out of that.
I did. Fucking Key and Peele's great.
Key and Peele is really one of those shows that's just I don't watch it on a regular basis. It's like Workaholics, but when I catch it or like my DVR catches it, I'm just like, ooh, I'm gonna sit here and watch some Key and Peele. Yes,
so good.
The D&D one is still my...
Slap that hobbit's dick off, yo.
Slap that hobbit's dick off, yo. We go roll up to a strip club.
We get in the Escalade. Fine. You, Kanye the Giant, Valu the Dwarf, and Godzu the Cleric get in your Escalade. I put in my demo CD. No.
Put in my demo CD.
It's great.
Okay. Aside from that, I did have another Kickstarter that I wanted to talk about. Tiny Epic Galaxies is online right now.
Is it Tiny Epic Kingdoms, but space?
Yeah, space, Tiny Epic Kingdoms.
Yes, because every game needs a fantasy and a sci-fi variant.
Hey, blame GW. They're the ones who set that precedent. No, it just looks like a reskinning of the game. It's not like anything terrible. I do have Tiny Epic Kingdoms, and it's a very, very good game, so I do recommend. If you didn't get on the Tiny Epic Kingdoms one, go for that one. I wonder if they'll do the special meeples for it like they did in the last one.
Meeples.
There's a guy who's selling a Dungeons & Dragons 5th Ed campaign for first and second level package. There's a guy like literally selling a Dungeons & Dragons 5th Ed campaign.
It's his Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's something he's written.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, has he written anything else? Like, is he a professional or is he not?
I don't know. I just
didn't. I thought it was... that Kickstarter is either stupid and absurd if it's some random dude like, I'm going to sell you an adventure. Or it could be...
That sounds like the start of a D&D adventure.
Or it could be a solid, like, decent idea for a Kickstarter if it's a professional who, like, wrote adventures before. Like, he's like, I wrote Temple of Elemental Evil and I want to sell you a new adventure. Like, that's reasonable. You're like, oh, okay. I like that guy's writing style and I love his adventures, so I'm gonna support that.
Okay.
But if any case, if you want a Kickstarter for a D&D adventure, you can feel free to send money to me. I'll take a cashier's check money order.
But here you go, Steve. Look at this. I DM a game at least once a week, and these And the way these run is that I will have a backdrop that is pretty wide open, an area that players can explore at their whim, with notable NPCs and the PCs may encounter sketched out so that I can run them when encountered, but not really a lot of full stat blocks. It's basically a dude who writes his own fucking campaigns and then just sells them on Kickstarter. He had a pledge he had a $30 goal. He's at $508. So you could write a D&D adventure, Steve, and literally put it up and make money.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
He's making $500 off
I know,
of it.
and that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Doesn't that make you just a little bit like, I think I could do this?
I probably should, I guess.
But I also think that he has his cover for it, like his picture that he put up for Kickstarter, is actually...
Is it just a picture of his dick surrounded in the money?
No, but it is a... It's the cover of a Dragonlance module, so I don't know how that makes you feel.
I don't like Dragonlance.
On one hand, I don't like Dragonlance. On the other hand, I like money.
Yeah, I like free money from idiots.
I don't know. Oh, the other one was Cones of Dunshire.
So I didn't know what that was.
No, yeah, I was gonna say you don't watch. You probably don't watch Parks and Recreation.
I do not.
Okay, so to give you a background on it, Parks and Rec, a TV show kind of like The Office. I don't know if you ever watched The Office.
I hated it. Well, actually, I really liked The Office, and then that love quickly turned into hate.
Yeah, but so Parks and Rec is kind of like The Office in a lot of ways. But there's one of the characters on there is obsessed with board games. Like on his bachelor party, he makes everyone play Settlers of Catan.
So he's clearly obsessed with bad board games.
Yes. But he gets fired from his job, and so he becomes obsessed with creating the perfect board game. So he creates the Cones of Dunshire, and it's everything that you hate about games. So that's why you would find this funny, because it's all about him it's like, okay, so there's 12 different roles that a person could play. You have the comptroller, you have the mayor, you have the blah, blah, blah. And the person gets to do this and blah, 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 blah. It's an uber complicated game, and it's a joke. So that's what I think the whole thing with Mayfair doing it is that they're playing on the joke. That's why everything is so high on it, like the cost and blah, 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 is because it's a huge joke. And so I don't know how the legit level of it goes to, but it's a pretty big joke.
Well, it looked like it was a Kickstarter not for the game. It looks like it was a Kickstarter to get related rewards from the event at Gen Con.
Yeah, they did a big Gen Con event, like a huge size thing of Cones of Dunshire.
This Minotaur is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the Pigmen group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that model, I think, yet.
I see.
Yeah, so I don't. Who knows?
I saw that. I was like, that's this fucking stupid.
I know you, but I knew you didn't get the joke behind it. So
I hated it. I hated it immediately because it was made for games, and then when I looked at it, I hated it even more because it looked like one of the stupidest games of all time.
I love that you hate Mayfair games on so many different levels. Like you hate them because they distribute.
I hate them on a professional level. I hate them on a personal level.
You hate them, just hate them. I love them. I think they're great.
I actually get to hate them from every aspect of my life.
They're based in Skokie, which is not too far from here. You hate their like that you can't distribute them. You hate that they carry Euro games that you hate. And like you probably would not like them personally, probably because they're all old guys who wear suspenders.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
no doubt, sir.
Yes.
Mayfair Games, I like you. I have no hatred of you on any personal level, and I quite like Settlers of Catan.
Maybe I can set up a Cards Against Humanity style thing where I shit in a box of Settlers of Catan and I sell Settlers Bullshit Edition.
I don't think it'll go that far.
Yeah, I can't actually shit in the box either. I have to get it like pasteurized and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually like a thing you can do to like any poop before you, and then you can just legally mail it wherever you want.
Can you microwave? It's just microwave it.
I think it might be that.
Just microwave your poop.
Yeah, let me just microwave some poop here.
Nikki comes home. She's like, "God damn it, Steve! What does it smell like shit in here?"
I'm sending poop out again. I sold more games.
Just
shitting in boxes of Settlers of Catan.
Well, I'd like to see you try like different ways of shitting to like see if you could pass, like putting it in the microwave, then the oven, maybe a dehydrator.
I really wanted to shit on this game super hard, but it actually looks pretty awesome.
What? Wrath of Kings?
Yeah.
I like how you're into it now.
Yeah, I really wanted to shit in it, but like now that I've actually seen the actual minis, like they look good. Because I thought this was going to be one of those games where like they put up really good concept art and then like decent 3D renders, and then when the models actually get to your hand, they're just shit.
No, that's the reason why I backed it, was because 90%.
You were willing to take the gamble?
No, 90. Like I shouldn't say 90. Like 75% of the minis were already sculpted.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, not all of the poses.
I didn't really look at the Kickstarter,
but at
so.
least one or two of the minis from each of the sets was already sculpted, so you
Okay.
could be like, oh, okay, that's
You
the
had a
mini.
little bit more than the renders.
Yeah, I cannot. You know my feeling. I can't stand like. You know what renders means? Renders means it's going to take 3 years for you to get your fucking figure. That's what it means.
I mean, this isn't exactly a very quick moving Kickstarter, though.
No,
You got it in longer than a year.
Yeah,
It's like a year and a half.
17 months is the length.
So
it took.
almost a year and a half.
Almost a year. Yeah, almost a year and a half. Still waiting on Super Dungeon Explorer, but they're saying that they're shipping next month. So.
Well, Super Dungeons were finished. They weren't that far along.
No, they were. I think because their Kickstarter happened last year at Adepticon.
Yeah,
because that's when it was up and running. So
it was March, April,
and they said that it was gonna ship in December. So they're only like 2 months off. So we'll see.
Well, they're not even a full month off yet.
Yeah, they're not even a full month.
January has to end before they can be 2 months off.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go on that one. I'm not. My love of Super Dungeon Explorer. So.
Well, then, if anything, like their figures are going to be quality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure like these. I think these figures are pretty high quality in comparison to a lot of other things. So actually, right now, I do recommend that if any of our listeners are interested in Wrath of Kings, go on eBay now, because people who are getting their Kickstarters are now dumping all of the models on there.
But don't buy any of the limited edition stuff, because you're going to get raked over the coals.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Buy the normal stuff.
I bought 3 of the limited edition models. Well, I got 1 for free, and then I bought 2 of them. I got the Twilight Knight from Kingdom Death, and I got the.
Well, I knew that thing was going to be worth a fortune.
Shit, it's going for like $100 on there. I'm dumping it. I don't fucking want it. I don't fucking need this shit. And the other one is the Ancient King model. So it's a cool looking model, but I don't fucking need it. It looks very looks like something out of Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
That's what it looks like.
The most metal role-playing game possible.
I hope we just killed someone's speakers in their car right now.
I hope we killed their ears.
All right. The only things that I regret not buying from this Kickstarter, and I kicked myself in the ass, was that they did 2 limited edition figures for Zombicide.
Did they do the Shogun's Wizard?
So you don't
'Cause
do
they
that.
have they have the Asian people.
Yeah, the Asian people.
Oh, I'm going to cast a spell for you, Shogun.
I actually really like that Asian fiction. They're cool. They're not as good as this one, though.
No,
This is the best. By far the best.
because the big thighs.
Dude, they're big. They're chubby girls. I like it. They're chubby girls with swords. How could you not like that?
What was I going to say? Oh yeah.
You answer my question. How could you not like that?
Oh, I do like it. That's why I bought it on the Kickstarter.
All right, very good.
No, what I was saying is they had 2 Zombicide figures, limited edition figures. I'm kicking myself in the.
Zombicide? Oh, are they for Zombicide?
Yeah.
Oh, you idiot! You didn't get those.
I regret it. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry.
I know I'm a moron.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if they were for Wrath of Kings, I'd be like, they'd probably be kind of pricey. But the fact they're actually for Zombicide, that's a huge mistake.
Well, it's one of the booby girls and one of the pigmen for Zombicide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a fucking moron. I apologize.
Apologize to the listeners. Apologize to your family.
I
apologize to your ancestors.
I apologize to every U.S. president that has ever been or ever will be.
I'm sorry, Mr. Washington.
Yeah. I apologize to former Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. Who else can I apologize to?
Margaret Thatcher.
I apologize to the ghost of Margaret Thatcher. Who else? I apologize. Yeah, pretty much. All right.
I believe both of our prizes are in the hands of our listeners as well.
Okay. So you sent the dice and all that. Fun
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Cool. All right, guys.
Congratulations on your a massive achievement, gentlemen.
Yeah, massive erections as well. That's about it for today. Do you got anything that you wanted to add? taking by that long.
I played some Splendor.
Yeah?
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
I
you-
also
what we
picked
got?
up Rainier Knizia Kingdoms.
Ooh.
It's old, and I've
Yeah, I was
heard
gonna
nothing
say.
but good things about it, but I never got around to actually playing it, so I'm going to give it a go.
It's going to be like, you know what I wish, like that name, what's Renzer?
Rainier Knizia?
Rainier
I actually don't know if that's
Knizia.
how you say it, but like
Let me see real quick.
it looks like it's probably Rainier Knizia. It's probably like the K is probably silent. Look, you can look at it.
Rainier
I say Rainier
Knizia.
Knizia. That's what I say.
I would like it if, like, when you open this up, like, the instructions were read to you by, I don't know, who's the guy that did Grizzly Man? That director?
Grizzly Man?
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Michael Attenborough?
no.
Richard Attenborough. It's not Michael.
No,
It's
no.
Richard Attenborough. But it is Richard Attenborough. He's the guy. He's the BBC guy. if I
Spared
remember
no
correctly.
expense.
No, that's not him. That's
know.
that's a different guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that directed Gandhi, Sir Richard Attenborough.
Oh, Mr. DNA.
Yeah. Hold on. There we go.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun. Werner Hertzog. I would like it if Werner Hertzog read the directions to you. Like he was the voice of Rainier Knizia. Or he's like,
dun. Welcome to Kingdoms.
you can play this game if you can get past all of the nihilistic tendencies of American board game players.
Welcome to Kingdoms. You will find it to be quite Kafkaesque.
Here, you will build a kingdom and watch it crumble to dust.
I hope I grow up to be an old German man.
Yes. You'll watch it crumble to dust in the annals of history. Maybe someone will remember who you are, but more than likely,
You will
not.
you will be forgotten.
You will-
Your bones will become dust and blow around, and be memories only for the flies feasting on your innards.
Exactly. Like that's what the game direction should be.
It's like not even a game. It just opens you open it up and it makes you depressed.
Welcome to Kingdoms. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the ultimate in adventure.
If you receive 12 victory points, you are considered the winner. But in reality, there is no winning
It's like
in
the
life.
old Atari game commercials
Yeah.
where it's like fantasy sword. Get ready for the most epic action adventure fantasy RPG ever. And like you play the game and it's just like a fucking box and it's like doot, 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 doot. You're like, this isn't anything like the commercial. There's like a barbarian with a sword. You're like, nope. Fuck Atari. So bad.
Maybe you will win the game. Then when you put the box on your shelf, you could remember the one victory you had in your life.
You will win the game, but you will not win life.
Exactly. That's what I want to see. All right.
Why is Werner Herzog a super depressive guy now?
It's Werner Hertzog. Have you ever heard Werner Hertzog?
I've never actually heard, no.
I'm going to put up some Werner Herzog on the fucking website for you.
Is he just massive? Is that him? He's just
He's
just a sad sack.
you know what? I'm doing an impression of guys who do impressions of Werner Herzog, but yes, he's pretty much like that. He's just like it's more like
So
that.
you're telling me my character concept from EverQuest when it was brand new, Sad Sack the Necromancer, is not an original idea?
Yeah, but this
I
is
should have
just
typed in a German accent.
this is like every like old German guy that you've ever like thought about, like who sits there and plays chess with death. Even though that's I
Yeah.
think Swedish, but even still, it's like the same concept. All right,
Patrick Stewart?
Yes. Go to planetarbitrary.com for all your Planet Arbitrary needs. You can
Patrick Stewart was in that scene in the last Action Hero movie.
Yes, but I'm more referencing the
Potemkin?
no, it's not Battleship Potemkin. Whatever the fucking movie is, I can't think of its name. It's Bergman. Go to planetarbitrary.com for all your Planet Arbitrary needs. You can follow me on Twitter at Planet Arbitrary. You could follow Steve at Game Classy. Like our Facebook page, / Game Classy, as well as the Planet Arbitrary Facebook page. I always forget to mention that.
There's a Planet Arbitrary Facebook page?
Yes. The best thing you
Wow!
the best thing that you can do is go on iTunes and rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes.
Tell us how shitty you think we are.
Tell us how shitty you think we are, but give us 4 stars. Or 3 if you're not feeling that generous. I'd prefer the 4 stars. Maybe it's a 5-star review. I don't remember what the stars are.
Put pictures of your dicks on there.
I don't think you could put pictures of dicks.
That's bullshit.
I know. It's a terrible,
Fucking
terrible
iTunes.
thing.
What do they think they are? Not Twitter?
You can also follow us on the YouTube, or you can go listen to us on YouTube.
YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep, tub. Yeah, it's weird. You know, I never checked the stats on the anime chick picture.
You gotta do another sexy anime girl for this one.
Gotta do a sexy anime girl on this one. I think the title of this one should just be called Sad Sack Germans.
Ah, yes. Your life is like a candle. It's burning bright, illuminating, providing a soft release for everyone nearby. They look at it, they are calm, they are rested. But your candle will go out, and you will produce no more light, no more heat, and they will be left in this darkness alone.
Exactly. YouTube, you could like us there. I'll have to check on the anime pictures. Do I have anything else that I've forgotten?
Sexy anime pictures.
Sexy anime
You just call this episode Sexy Anime Pictures 2.
2.
And then every episode is just Sexy Anime Pictures with numbers.
3,
Yes. That's the new direction for Game Classy.
And I'm also going to throw it out there to Tabletop Gaming News. Go there. That's because that's where I steal most of my information from anyway. Actually, I got it from Bulls this week for the GW stuff.
Bulls.
Yeah, I refuse to go to Fayette, so I'm just going to go to Bulls.
I don't go anywhere. I just wait because now like I used to
Now
go.
I bring the news to you.
I used to go places to find news, but like now our listeners bring news. It's just like, hey, here you go. And it's like, oh, well, I guess we don't have to do any work anymore. And I'm like, is this the cost of fame? I love it.
So the Infinity Second Rulebook's out. Get out of my face.
Get the fuck out of
I think
here.
it's the 3rd edition. Anyway, so Steve, until next week.
Game Classy.